So excited to be here. Good morning, graduates, faculty, family, and friends. What an incredible honor it is to be here today as your commencement speaker. This invitation means so much to me because not too long ago, 24 years ago, and I haven't been back, so the hotel I'm in, the AT&T Hotel, said this wasn't even built when you were here. So it means a lot because I was sitting where you were at, cap and gown. And but let's, before we start, let's take a moment to soak this all in and look around you at your peers, your professors, your family. These are the people who have supported you, challenged you, and believed in you. Today's not just your victory, it's theirs too. So let's take a second to give them and yourself a round of applause. I promise I'll keep it to my time frame here. Because I want you guys to all get graduated. But when I landed here yesterday in Austin, it just felt like this warmth and this emotion that came through me. And seeing the Salt Lake barbecue sauce. So I felt like I was home when I landed. And I'm just so proud to be a UT Austin graduate. I'm so proud of you all. You all came back to Texas back in December. So. Now, today is your day, but I have to say I'm truly lucky to be here. When I first got the email, I thought it was spam because it went to an old email address I never used called AOL. So that was an email provider only your parents might know. And I read this email multiple times, and I just was like, is this the Stephen Lee that they wanted? I mean, did they want the Stephen Lee that cured a rare disease? But I'm so grateful and deeply honored that the invitation was for me. And since I'm finally here and made it here, I'd love to pass a few along life lessons that I've learned. Now, I'm a realist. I don't expect any of you to know who I am, but I do hope you've seen some of my work. Most recently on Dancing with the Stars, I'm Masked Singer. So, I was afraid about that. I wasn't going to ask. So to put things in perspective, I started Dancing with the Stars 20 years ago, meaning most of you were still learning your ABCs while I was designing a costume for our cha-cha. So today I want to take the road less traveled. I'm not going to give you the usual commencement speech about following your dreams, never giving up, or getting back up when you fall, because the truth is, you've already lived that. And don't get me wrong, all that is wonderful advice. But you're not just graduates, you're post-pandemic graduates. You've lived through Zoom calls, social distancing, glitching Wi-Fi, KN95 mask mandates, and sometimes you still made it to the finish line. You've even survived the great toilet paper shortage. Some of you handled it more than others. And despite all that, you're here. So the ability to adapt and keep moving forward is exactly what you'll need as you step into the next chapter of your life. In many ways, your journey as a graduate mirrors the art of costume design. You are stepping into the world. I made them make this big print, but it's a lot of pages. I'm getting old. You are stepping into the world where you'll sketch and shape your own identity, slip into new roles, and tailor your path to fit the ever-changing stages of your life. So let's talk about what it really is going to take to design your future one sketch and one stitch at a time. Act 1. Be willing to change your sketch. Every costume I design begins with a blank canvas, an empty page with no markings. On this clean page, I begin designing with a rough pose of the character, and then I start sketching the costume. However, the sketch is never the final costume. Sometimes the color that looks perfect on paper looks completely different on stage. Or a director wants blue, but then he decides he wants red. Like on Masked Singer, we have a final sketch of the costume, and then there's so many different versions because we just want to make sure it doesn't look too human, or if the eyes are going to be, weird. So there's so many versions of this. But, your life, your career, your dreams, they're just like this first sketch. You will graduate today with a clean, spotless canvas and begin sketching the life you want to create. However, things change and evolve. Sometimes you will pivot, you will discover new passions, face unexpected challenges, and sometimes you just have to start over entirely. And you know what? That's okay. But I'm here to tell you, don't be afraid of the messy sketches. The need to make small revisions or even the complete redos. Embrace them. Just like in design, the willingness to revise, adapt, and reimagine will be the key to creating something unexpected. Act 2. Never stop learning. It's amazing how much fast AI and ChatGPT have evolved. It feels like they're taking over everything, right? Technology is moving at lightning speed. When I was here at UT, we didn't have iPhones, iPads. I illustrated just with watercolor, paper, and pencil. So there was no TikTok or Instagram to scroll through while the watercolor was drying. So I just had my hair dry to speed it up. Hopefully it wouldn't burn the paper. But fast forward 25 years later, I mainly sketch with all on digital on my iPad. So who knows in the next 25 years what will bring for you. By 2050, you might be using an AI-powered hologram or just blink twice and send your idea straight to production. But I just want you guys to stay relevant. If you want to thrive, you must keep learning. You don't graduate today and suddenly know everything. You graduate today with the skills to keep learning, stay curious and open. It will take you further than any diploma ever could. Act 3, designing the characters. In school, you've been in a bubble, a safe creative space where you've been nurtured, supported, and guided. Out there, it could be a little different. In my world, I work with a huge costume department, vendors, actors, dancers, producers, you name it. Some are a dream to work with, and some have big personalities. So, some will have different visions, priorities, and a different way of working. The key to success is to learn to work with everyone, not just the ones you like or the ones who agree with you. The ability to navigate personalities, manage conflicts, and build relationships. Even those who challenge you is just as important as any technical skill. On Dancing with the Stars, I get to dress football players, astronauts, singers, and when I first started, I was always nervous of the football players because I'm putting them in a rhinestone shirt. And I'm always afraid, I'm like, are they going to be okay with this? And, but no, they love it. They're like, put more and more because they're competitive. They want to win. So they know that if I have more rhinestones on them, that means they're going to go further on. So I love my football team and my Dancing Stars. We had Danny Amendola last season, and he was just great. He went to the finale. So that was not my scripture, but no matter how good I am, I'm nothing without the team that brings these costumes to life. And the same goes for you. Success is never sold out. Find your tribe and build your village, because trust me, having the right people around you will make all the difference. Act 4, the balancing act. Now this lesson is one that I still have to admit that I'm not quite mastered yet. During production, some days can be 14-hour days, and weekends are rare, and I could stand here and say, but I love my job, it's fine, and yes, I do love my job, but let me tell you, there are moments when I'm just tired. When you're passionate about what you do, it's easy to let it consume you, and when you're just starting out, you want to prove yourself, to say yes to everything, push as hard as you can, and sometimes you have to, but try to find balance. Make time for your friends and family. Keep outside interests, keep away from the work from time to time, because if you're constantly running on empty, you won't have any time left to give to your career or yourself. So try to find balance, build a life that doesn't just drain you but fulfills you. Not just to have a successful career, but to live a life that feels full of creativity, meaningful to everybody in your life. Act 5, designing the world of characters. As a costume designer, my job is to help tell a story, to transport an audience to a different world, a different time, or a different culture. The more I travel, the more inspired my work becomes. But even if you're not a costume designer, I encourage all of you to explore the world. Say yes to the unfamiliar. Inspiration doesn't always come from a sketchbook or a classroom. It comes from walking through a market in another country, hearing music from another culture, taking something completely new, or sitting in a theater in New York, experiencing a story told in a different way. So you guys all seen White Lotus, right? I mean, look at all the places they go. It's like Italy, Hawaii, and now Thailand. Gorgeous exotic locations full of culture and scenery that makes you want to book a flight immediately. But let's be real, we won't be, staying at a 5-star resort, and infinity pools. But whatever you do, please skip the White Lotus drama. No murder mysteries, no hotel scandals, just the good stuff. The culture, the people, the food, and inspiration. Travel with curiosity, let the world open your mind, challenge your perspective, and feed your creativity. So, okay, enough of my rambling. It's time to get you graduated and out of here. I know, I'm so excited. But before I go, I want to give one final thanks to Dean Ramon Rivera-Severa and UT Austin for inviting me to be part of this incredible celebration. So graduates, as you step forward today, your journey, you know this, that just like any costume, your journey is yours to design. Start with a sketch that illustrates your dream. Embrace the challenges embrace the challenge. I could get through this, I really can. Start with a sketch that illustrates your dream and embrace the challenges to your sketch. Keep learning, learn to work with everyone, even those who challenge you. Find a balance in life and travel the world, and most importantly, find the people who make you better. The world is waiting for you. You graduate today with so much ahead of you. You have a clean canvas and endless opportunities, and I can't wait to see what you create. Your future isn't a fixed design. It's a living, breathing creation that will evolve with every step you take. So go out there, make us all proud, be bold, be brilliant, and most of all, congratulations, class of 2025. You did it. Hope